We were discussing about the AmpScript. In the AmpScript, we have discussed about the lookup function. Okay. Today we are going to learn about the more functions in the AmpScript, right? I have shared one link of the notes and drive. I guess if it is not shared, let me know, right? So just hold. Here, if you can see, we have the topic-wise notes, right? And we have AmpScript functions. In the AmpScript functions, let me zoom my screen. Okay, we have different types of function that we need to understand in the AmpScript, right? Some functions are core functions like mathematical function. Generally, we have different kinds of operators, right, in the AmpScript, right? But as we compare AmpScript with other programming language, it does not contain any kind of mathematical operator. All the operator that we have in the AmpScript will return us true or false value, right? So if you know, right, if you know, we have operators in the programming, like for example, mathematical operator. Then we have comparison operator. Then we have some logical operators. What are the mathematical operator? Mathematical operator means, right, plus, then minus, divide, multiply, right, minus, plus, right? They are the mathematical operator. Okay. Now all the mathematical operator will not support in the AmpScript, right? Mathematical operator, instead of having mathematical operator, we have the AmpScript functions, right, to calculate the addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, right, etc., etc. Okay. Now what is meant by comparison operator? Comparison operators are greater than, less than, greater than, equal to, less than, equal to, not equal to, right, equal to, right. These are the comparison operator, and some logical operator like and or. Okay, right. So in always remember in the AmpScript, right, if we talk about the operator, these operators means mathematical operators will not support. Okay, instead of mathematical operator, right, we have the functions, core functions to calculate the addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, right? Other than this, other than mathematical operators, it is supporting the comparison operator as well as logical operator. Means in the AmpScript, we can use the logical operator and the comparison operator, but mathematical operator is not supported. Let's understand each and every function that we have to execute the AmpScript one by one, right? Always remember this is the PDF, right? This PDF is very helpful for us. Okay. Now let me get into the my org. Okay, fine. Now observe. I will go to the email studio and open my email, right, where we were practicing the AMP script. Let me get into the uh, the content builder, the content tab in the email studio. Let it load. I'll open my folder. I have the folder called Shubham emails, right? In the particular folder, I have created one file, one email file, right? Example 2nd March. Let me open it. Let me edit. Right. This is the AMP script, guys. Right. Now this is the lookup function that we tried. Okay. Right. Now my requirement is, right, instead of having the lookup function example, I will simply one by one explain you, right, what are the addition function, subtract function, multiply function, divide function, concat function, right? and then we will discuss some string functions, then we will discuss some date functions, right? Then we will discuss some data functions, right? Along with that, we have the for and if else, right? Means if function, else function, for controlling the flow of program, right? So all the function one by one we will discuss. Okay. Now let me just give you the brief, right? Let me just remove everything from here. I will remove the button also. Okay, fine. Now observe, right? Here, right? We have to start our AMP script with the help of percent opening square bracket and close the AMP script using closing and percent. Okay, closing square bracket and percent. Okay, now consider we have to calculate the addition, right? As I told you, to calculate the addition in other programming language, we use plus, but in the AMP script, plus will not execute us a addition. It will simply execute the concatenation. For example, right? Let me show you. Right, I will set at the rate first name equal to, or set at the rate num1 equal to 10. Okay, then we have set at the rate num2 equal to 20. Okay, now I wanted to execute the addition, right? Set at the rate add equal to at the rate num1 plus at the rate num2, right? This will simply will not give me any kind of result here. Why? Because this plus is not useful, right? Plus is plus operator is not supported in the AMP script, right? But still we are going to try it, okay, to understand the difference. I wanted to see the value of add. How I can see it? Right, simple. Percent equal to v equal to percent. I will pass this variable here. Done editing, right? Let me just see the preview. Okay, it will not work. Why? Because plus is not supported, right? Right? Instead, now let me try. Okay, we got 10 only, right? If you can see, right? Where is 2? There is no 2. 20 means the addition of 10 and 20, right? Must be 30, but we are getting the result 10 only. Why? Because plus operator will not give me anything, right? Plus operator will not give me anything, right? If I wanted to calculate the addition of two numbers, then I have add function. Okay, let me show you how we can calculate the addition using the add function. I'll simply write add, right? And I have to give two parameters, whatever I need to add. For example, if I need to add num1, I'll pass first parameter as num1 and num2. Okay. Or instead of having num1 and num2, I can have 10 and 20 directly. So 10, I'll directly pass here 10, right? Then 20. Whatever numbers I wanted to add. Okay, right? And let me show you. Let me just show you. I got 30. Okay. Instead of passing direct number, I can pass the variable, right, in which we have stored the number. So I'll pass num1. I'll pass here num2 also. Okay, done editing. Next. 30. I got the 30. Am I clear? Right. So this is the addition function. This addition function will give me the additions. Now always remember, we can means function can implicit return anything. return means what? Whatever this function is giving us back, that we are storing in one variable, right? For example, this addition function is going to execute the addition of 10 and 20, which is num1 and num2. Addition of num1 and num2, which is 10 and 20 is 30, and it is returning it to this add variable, right? This is called as returning. Okay, right? The value got returned to this particular variable, right? Instead of having the variable to return the value, we can write down the function inline directly into the AmpScript. Okay, into the personalization. For example, right, in every function we can directly write down, right, in the content. For example, right, instead of using the v functions, right, we will do one thing, right? I have the value of num1 and num2 stored, right? I have the value of num1 and num2, right? I will write here the addition of two numbers, two numbers is, right, percent equal to, right, this add, add, it has two parameter, right? First is num1 and second is num2, right, equal to percent. Okay, means I have written this entire function inside the content only, right? Let me show you, right? The addition of two number is 20. Why it is 20? It is not 20. Num1 and num2. I have given num1 and num2 means 10 and 20. So instead of num1 and num2, right? I have to write num1 and instead of num1 and num1, I have to write num1 and num2. It will give me 30. Okay, so this is called as inline function. This is called as inline function where in the content itself we are executing the function, right? So same way we can use the lookup function also, right? Means lookup function can also be written inside the content directly, right? Or we can execute the function which will explicitly return the value in the variable inside the AMP script. Okay, there are two possibility of writing the function. We can write down directly in the AMP script. In the AMP script, we have to store whatever the function is returning into variable, right? Or we can directly use the function inside the content, right? Here we have to write down the function as it is, right, in the content line. Okay, now how this will work, right? This is very simple, guys, right? So you know the syntax of v function. V function syntax is something like this: percent equal to v, right? Then we have function equal to percent. Instead of v, right, we can write down any function, right? For example, in our case, we have add function, add, right, at the rate num1 comma at the rate num2. Okay, the value of num1 and num2 is stored in the AMP script, right? I'll copy this function, right, and I will replace this v with my function, right? Done editing. Next, next. We have add for addition, subtract for subtraction, multiply for multiplication, divide for division. Okay, so let me create few functions here, right? So I'll have one variable set at the rate add or addition equal to add at the rate num1 at the rate num2. Okay, this will give me the addition, right? Then set at the rate subtract. I need to check the spelling of subtract because it must be correct, right? So as capital subtract it is. Subtract it is, not a subtract. If spelling goes wrong, then it will not work. Okay, so I'll copy and paste the spelling, right? Set sub equal to subtract at the rate num1 comma num2. Okay, then I have one more to multiply or MUL equal to multiply. Okay, I wanted to calculate the multiplication between two numbers, that is num1 and num2 at the rate num1 comma at the rate num2. Okay, and I have one more set at the rate div equal to divide at the rate num1 comma at the rate num2. Right now, I wanted to see everything: addition, subtract, multiplication, and division. Okay, so I'll use v function for all the three variables. So percent equal to v equal to percent. Okay, for addition, I'll copy the addition, paste here. Then same I will do with subtraction. Percent equal to v equal to percent subtraction. Let me copy the subtraction and paste here. Okay. Then I have percent equal to v equal to percent. I have multiplication. Let me copy the multiplication, right, and paste over here. Then I have division. Percent equal to v equal to percent, right? Div. I'll copy div and paste. Done editing. Right. Let me click on next. Okay, if you can see 30, 10 plus 20, 30, 10 minus 20 minus 10, then 10 multiplied by 2200, 10 divided by 20, 0.5. Okay, similarly, right, we have used here the v functions. We can right, write down the logic here also. The addition of two number is percent equal to add, right? Similarly, here also I can write the subtraction of two numbers is percent equal to subtract. So subtract equal to percent, right? I need to subtract num2 from num1. Okay, fine. Then the multiplication of two numbers is percent equal to multiply num1 num2 equal to percent, right? The division of two numbers is percent divide at the rate num1 num2 equal to percent. Okay, I'll click on done editing. I'll check the preview. It is working fine, right? Right? You can say addition of two numbers is 30, then subtraction is 10, multiplication is 200 and 0.5. Okay. Similarly, right, we have the concat also. Concat will join the two or more strings, right? If you wanted to join the two or more strings, then we have a concat function, right? For example, right, consider, let me drop this. I have set at the rate first name equal to Shubham. Okay. Then I have set at the rate last name equal to Chandra, right? Right. And set at the rate city equal to Pune, right? Now I wanted to concatenate first name, last name, and city. Then I have, consider I have a detailed information, detailed info, right? Detailed info, right? Variable equal to, right? I will use concat. So concat. Here I will pass multiple strings. Now my requirement is I wanted to concat first name, last name, and city, right? So I'll copy the first variable and I can add the number of parameters. Means it is not like we have fixed number of parameters for the concat function. Here we can add multiple parameters also, right? For city means here we have added the three parameters. We can add four or five parameters also. There is no limit of adding the parameters in the concat, right? It will ultimately join all the strings, right? Let me show you, right? So percent equal to v equal to percent, right? I will just copy the detailed info variable, done editing, next. What is saying? Uh, Numeric value submitted. Just hold. So these numeric values does not are not there now, right? So that's why it is giving me error, right? So I'll delete this block, right? Okay, if you can see Shubham, Shingre, and Pune, right? Automatically get joined, right, in one particular variable, right? This is called as concat function, right? Then we have substring. Substring means, right, if we wanted to break one string, right? So for example, if we have a sentence, right, and we want, let's say, first few characters of that sentence, then how we can get it? We can get it using the substring. Substring extracts the string from the bigger string. Okay, so let me show you. Let me show you. For every function, right? We can write down the inline logic, right? So I will not write down the inline logic for every function, right? Because you know how to do that, right? Just write percent equal to entire function and end it equal to percent, right? Like that. Now next is substring, right? So let me create one string set at the rate str equal to hello world, hello world. Okay. In the Salesforce Marketing Cloud, always remember this H is at the first place. It will not start indexing from zero. It will start indexing from one. Here in my PDF, this given zero, right? But it is not, right? Means it will not work, right? Okay. So it will start with one. Okay. So uh, I have str in the str hello world by Shubham, right? This is the bigger strings that I have. Okay. Now I just want this hello, right? Hello has H, which is at first place, E second, double L means L third, fourth L, and O fifth. Okay. So what we will do, I wanted to break this string, right? And I wanted to get out this hello. Okay. So for that, I will create one more variable, substring. Okay. Sub str. Okay. Now in this sub str, I will use the function called substring, right? So substring. Now here we have the here we have the parameter. First is we have to give the string, then start and the length. Okay. For example, right, observe. I want hello, right? This hello is present in str. So first parameter will be my string. I pass the string, right? From where my substring is starting, from first place. And to what means how many characters should be there? 5 characters. Okay. Now let me see if I get anything in substring. So percent equal to v equal to percent, right? Substring. Next. Okay, I got the hello. If you can see, right? Consider I want world only, right? World will start, right? What is the index of w, right? So h is at 0, right? 1, 2, 3. So not 0, h is at first, right? In the amp script, always remember the indexing will start with 1, not with 0. Okay. So h is at first position, right? 1, E is at second, L is at third, this another L is at fourth, O is at fifth, space is at sixth, and W is at seventh. So we will start with seventh, right? 8, 9, 10, 11. 7 to 11. Okay, fine. Done editing. Next. Okay, word by. Uh, Actually, sorry, right? My bad, right? This we have to give the stop, right? It covered the 11 character, right? Means from W, right? We just want till D, right? Till D. So how many characters this word has, right? From 7, we have to specify the length, right? Not from here, right? From the position we have given here. Okay, means from W, right? W is at seventh index. From W, how many characters we should include? 5 characters. Okay, done. Next. Okay, so we got the word. Am I clear, guys? Yes or no? Any questions? Any questions? Then after that we have index of. For example, if we wanted to get the position of any string, right? Then we have the index of method, right? For example, consider consider this is a hello, right? Hello world by Shubham. My requirement is I wanted to find out the index of world, right? World. Now, how I will find out the index of world, right? Simply, right? I will use the function called as index of. Okay, so set at the rate indx equal to index of. Here I have to pass two parameters. First is the main string is at the rate str, and then the substring is world. Okay, fine. I will get the index of world, right? Where? In the INDX. Okay, so percent equal to V equal to percent. I'll copy it, paste it, done editing. Next, seventh. Its world is at the seventh index. Okay, fine. Am I clear? These are 5. Space is the sixth. and W is at the 7th. Am I clear? Right. What about by? Right. Next, by is at the 13th index. Right. If I give the capital by, right, capital by, will it work same? No. Let me show you. Right. It is working here same, but it will not work same. Right. Means if it has the another by, for example, if it has the another by which is by capital by in the sentence, right, it will not work same. Right. It will identify that, right, not this small. Okay, fine. Next we have a length. Length means, right, if we wanted to measure the number of character present in the string, then we have length. For example, right, this is my string, right, I will have one more variable, length, equal to length of the string. Now set length equal to length of str. Okay, right. I have to check percent equal to v equal to percent, right. I have to check the length. Okay, means I have to check what is there in the length. Now length spelling is correct. Yeah, let me check. 22 characters are present in our string, right? These are the 22 characters. Now next is replace. If we wanted to replace anything, right, means any character, right, then I can use replace. For example, right here, hello world by Shubham. Instead of hello world by Shubham, I will replace Shubham with the Salesforce. Hello world by Salesforce, right? How I can replace it, right? So I'll create what variable. Okay, so I'll create a new variable. I have created new variable set at the rate new equal to, right, replace. Replace will replace the entire substring. For example, in the replace, if we have, let's say, uh, let me show you here only, right. It has three parameters, right. First is string, second is old, then new. Okay, these are the three parameters, right? So what I have to replace, I have to change, right, the string. What specifically in the string? This Shubham should get replaced by Salesforce. So Shubham should get replaced by Salesforce. Always remember, Shubham must be in the single quotes, right? As it is a string, right? And it should be replaced by Salesforce, right? Means after replacing it, right, I should get a new string. I will store that into this variable called new. Will copy the new variable. I will paste in the v function. Done editing, right. Hello world by Salesforce, not Shubham. Why? Because we have just replaced. Next is, if we wanted to change the case, means if we wanted to convert a certain string into the uppercase, then I have uppercase. If I wanted to change the case to the lowercase, I will use the lowercase. For example, right, we have set str, right. I will write down the string in the uppercase for here, right. Hello world by Shubham, right. And now my requirement is this str should get converted into the lowercase. So set LWRSTR, right, equal to now we have the function for that called as lowercase, right? Lower case, right? What we need to convert into lowercase, this str. I will copy str, right? Give it as a parameter as an input. After converting str into lowercase, we will store the value in this variable, right? And I will view that variable, right? So percent equal to v equal to percent. We copy it, paste here. Done editing. Click on next. If you can see, hello world by Shubham. It is in small case, lower case. Actual values are in uppercase. Okay. Now I'll do one thing. I will put everything in the lowercase. Hello world by Shubham. My requirement is I wanted to convert this str, means this string, into the uppercase, right? So set uppercase equal to, right, uppercase, right? So this is the spelling, right? Spelling must be correct, guys, right? And I will pass str as an input to the uppercase function. Okay, whatever string we have, that will get converted using this function into uppercase pattern, and we have stored that string into uppercase variable. I will see the variable in the view function. Done editing. Next. Hello world by Shubham. Okay, so these are a few, what we can say, there are few string functions that we have, right? So we have some mathematical function like add, subtract, multiply, divide, right? Which will give us a calculation, right? We have concat function to connect or to concatenate the two or more strings. Then we have string functions to operate on the strings. On the strings, we have substring function, we have IndexOf function, length function, replace function, right? Uppercase and lowercase function. Substring function extract the strings from a substring from the string. IndexOf function returns the index of substring within the string. Then length function returns the length of the string, number of characters present in the strings. Then we have replace. Replace will repeat the first occurrence, right, of specific string with the new string. Then uppercase will convert into the uppercase formatting. Lowercase will convert into a lowercase formatting. Then we have date function, right? This is little complex, right? In the date, we can modify the date, right? We can format it as we want. Okay, right? So for example, right, this now will give me the current date and time. Let me check the charging. Just hold, guys. Let me put my laptop on the charging. Okay, fine. So this is now. Now will return the current date and time. For example, right? If there is a requirement to check the current date and time, we can get current date and time using the now. So I have created one C date, right, variable, right. With the help of now function, right, we will get a current date and time, right. Let me show you. Percent equal to view equal to percent. We'll copy the C date. paste, done editing, next. If you can see, right, this is my current date and time, right? 3/4 means this is the day, sorry, this is the month, day, year. Okay. Now my requirement is, right, I don't want this time, right? I just want this formatting, right? How I can get it? Using the format date. Format date will format the date, right, into the specific format, right? For example, right, we have we will have one more variable, right, equal to, right, this is a variable, right, format date. Okay, in the format date, we have to pass first date and its format, right? So, for example, right, I will pass the date. Date is present in the variable called cdate. So first parameter I'll pass as a cdate. At second parameter I'll pass as a, right, whatever format I want, right? Okay, fine. Now I wanted to see this formatted date, right? So I will create one more view function and copy and paste this format date variable. Done editing, next. If you can see, this is my existing C date and this is my formatted date. Okay, right. Now, how to identify the formats, right? We have SFMC date format, right? So we have the guidelines for that, right? So for example, if we want DDMMYY, right, it will display like that. Okay. For example, we have DDMMYYY, right? Observe. 4th March, right, 2026. Okay. We have, let's say, DD, right? Then we have, let's say, we have dash in between, for example, right? DD dash MM dash YYY. It will give me the date in the different format. Am I clear? So no, you can easily simply solve that. Next is add date. If we have to add specific date or specific, let's say, hours or specific month to the current date, then we can add it using add date. Means if we wanted to add the specific date, we have add date. If we wanted to calculate the difference of two dates, right, then we can have it using the date difference. This we will discuss tomorrow. Okay.